The world is getting hotter. This is a fact that we hear often, but do we truly grasp its implications? Climate change isn't just about melting ice caps and rising sea levels. It's about a silent threat that's becoming increasingly loud, extreme heat. This isn't just uncomfortable warmth, it's a danger that can kill. Heat waves, those stretches of sweltering days and nights, are no longer a rarity. They are becoming more frequent, lasting longer, and reaching unbearable intensities. This is our new reality, driven by the relentless buildup of greenhouse gases in our atmosphere. These gases trap heat, turning our planet into a pressure cooker. The consequences are already being felt. Heat is the deadliest weather-related hazard, claiming thousands of lives each year. The elderly, the very young, and those with pre-existing health conditions are particularly vulnerable. But heat doesn't discriminate. It can affect anyone, anywhere. This is a global crisis, but its impact is deeply personal. It's about our parents struggling to breathe in a stifling heat wave, our children unable to play outside, and our communities grappling with the strain on healthcare systems. This is about us, and it's time we paid attention. Our bodies are designed to function within a narrow temperature range. When exposed to extreme heat, our internal cooling systems can become overwhelmed. We sweat to regulate our body temperature, but in extreme heat, this natural process can't keep up. The result is a cascade of health problems. Heat stress is the first warning sign. Symptoms include dizziness, nausea, and fatigue. If ignored, it can escalate into heat exhaustion, a more serious condition marked by heavy sweating, weakness, and rapid pulse. In severe cases, heat stroke can occur. This is a life-threatening medical emergency where the body's temperature regulation completely fails. The strain of extreme heat doesn't just cause immediate problems, it exacerbates existing ones. People with heart conditions, respiratory illnesses, and diabetes are particularly susceptible. Heat can worsen their symptoms, leading to hospitalizations and even death. Beyond these direct impacts, heat takes a toll on our mental health. Studies have shown a correlation between high temperatures and increased rates of aggression, violence, and suicide. The relentless heat can be mentally draining, leading to anxiety, stress, and sleep disturbances. While heat affects us all, some are more vulnerable than others. The elderly and very young are particularly susceptible, as their bodies struggle to regulate temperature effectively. People with chronic health conditions, such as heart disease, respiratory illnesses, and diabetes, are also at increased risk. Where we live and work also plays a role. Urban areas tend to be hotter than surrounding rural areas due to the urban heat island effect. This phenomenon occurs because cities have more pavement and buildings that absorb heat, and less vegetation to provide shade and cooling. Occupation is another factor. Those who work outdoors, such as construction workers, farmers, and delivery drivers, face prolonged exposure to the elements, putting them at greater risk of heat stress. Socioeconomic factors also contribute to vulnerability. People living in poverty may not have access to air conditioning or adequate housing, making them more susceptible to heat-related illnesses. Language barriers, lack of transportation, and limited access to healthcare can further exacerbate these risks. The future is undeniably hotter, but it's not hopeless. We have the power to mitigate climate change and adapt to its impacts. By transitioning to renewable energy, improving efficiency, and promoting sustainable transport, we can reduce emissions. Action starts with us, from recycling to using public transport. Together, we can create a cooler, sustainable future.